go.
Oh shoot! Oh, this is the podcast.
There we go. Okay. Number
Awesome.
13.
Yeah.
What up, Yifan?
Yeah.
I guess Yifan's just always here now.
Yeah. Wait, I've skipped like 3 weeks of class on Fridays.
Yeah.
I'm not skipping next week though. I have a test.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's important.
That's good.
Well, yeah, Yifan won't be here next week, I guess, but he'll be with us this week again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So episode 13. 13 is a pretty interesting number for like a lot of places. So like obviously America, it's like a unlucky number, right? Like Friday the 13th or whatever. Like I don't know why 13 is an unlucky number. But in like China, it's actually a very lucky number. So it's Sapsam.
I don't know. I don't speak Chinese.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I do, but like, you know.
Or in Mandarin, it's Shi San.
I don't know. I feel like for Mandarin, since I'm a mainlander, a lot of the cultural stuff was destroyed. Thank you, commies. It was
That's right.
nice of you to destroy thousands of years of culture.
Oh, but anyway, 13 is a lucky number because Sapsam or 13, it sounds a lot like must like be born, like it's definitely living, right? So that's why it's like a lucky number.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because today's the 12th, and I usually, because my laptop takes forever to like edit things or like cut it together and then like render it, so it'll be uploaded on the 13th. So
Wait.
coincidence.
Today's almost Friday the 13th. Tomorrow will surely be Friday the 13th, right?
Oh yes.
If today's Friday the 12th, Friday the 13th is tomorrow. Hell yeah.
Close enough.
We'll get it next year. Oh wait, yeah we will.
Dang.
Next year's not a leap year.
Wait, are we gonna get any more Friday 13th this year? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I have no clue. I don't
remember.
remember the math behind that.
I'm also not in the subreddit.
Yeah, I'm on the subreddit. Dude, it was almost Friday the 13th twice in a row last month also. It was so sad.
Yeah.
Was the subreddit just like, oh man?
Yeah, it was like
Was it just a bunch of posts that were just like, oh man, so close?
Yeah, I think last month it was Thursday the 13th, and people were like, oh, it's Thursday, tomorrow's surely gonna be it.
So that means next month.
Yeah.
Totally
Missed it by a little bit.
But yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, 13 is a really cool number,
yeah.
especially because there's this anime, and it's not very well known. I'm not sure if you guys heard it. There's an indie anime called Sword Art Online, and after the 13th episode, there's the 14th episode, and after the 14th episode, there's pure trash.
I see.
13 is where the beginning of the end. Because I'm pretty sure you watched it like a long time ago. I watched it a while ago, and then Yifan never watched it. He just knows the memes. So I was like, okay, I'll watch it with him. So I was like, it was at the Prime Center. It was like a random day when like no one else was in. So I was like, okay, put my laptop down, or it was either my laptop or Yifan's. And I pulled up the first episode. He's like, "This is pretty good," and we just kept watching.
And then you got past.
And then we got to the end of the first arc, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's the end of the show.
Yeah.
Don't watch after that."
I knew of the rest of the show, so I was like, yeah, that's the end.
That's
Ain't
all-
no
that's all
more
you
after
need.
this.
yeah. Everything else is fan fiction.
I didn't even finish season 2. I have like 3 more episodes.
Is
but
14 the one where he's like, I died, but I'm coming back to life? Or is that 13?
14. Yeah, no, 14 is the one
Alright.
where
So 13 is the last episode that made a
Alright.
semblance of sense. Although there's that stupid ghost episode in the middle.
yeah.
She's dead! She's a ghost!
it's just like what?
And then Gengyo, I heard Gengyo Online, like the new one, is pretty good.
Yeah, everyone said. I think it's because they got rid of Kirito, so there's no more harems.
Wait, how can
Wait.
you do a harem if...
They're-
Wait, they
I
made the
thought they were
rest of the
all
anime
girls.
a harem anime?
No. It's just because every time Kirito comes up, there's a new girl that wants to hit on him.
Yeah, but he already has a
Yeah.
waifu.
Yeah, but they still want to hit on him.
Yeah.
That's infidelity. That is punishable.
Oh, yeah, so-
According to Leviticus, that is punishable by stoning to death.
That's true.
So this is what I let you avoid is in season 2.
The harem grows.
Yeah. So at the end of the second arc, there's a new company that takes over what Sword Art was.
Yeah, there's that creepy guy who's like,
yeah.
yo, I'm gonna steal this guy's waifu.
Yeah, so they literally they were just like copy paste the game, change all the sprites. Check out this new game we made.
Oh yeah, give them wings.
Yeah, and it's like you're all fairies now.
Yeah.
And it's like everyone is a fairy. You just have a different kind of fairy. And
You
like,
also have a virtual reality.
yeah,
All I can think of is a guy called a Peter something. Peter Pang, yeah. Anyways, there's a guy called Peter Pang. He's talking about Sword Art Online. He was like, you know, when I got to the part where Kirito turns to a girl, I stopped watching. I was like, this is absolutely retarded.
yeah. So you also avoided that. But the second arc is the fairy game where there's incestuous parts where the sister has always had a crush on the brother.
Oh, that was a cousin.
Yeah, well, you find out later that they're not technically they're like cousins,
Yeah.
but it's weird. And then she's like,
It's still weird if it's
yeah,
cousin.
yeah. And then it gets weirder because she doesn't know his in-game name. So when he goes over to her game to save his waifu, she's like, I stopped loving you because I love this guy. And he's like, we're the same. And she's like, what the hell? And then like...
I live upstairs. I'm playing.
It was also because they're like, yeah, you're always on the game when I'm on the game, but she never connects 1 and 2. Yeah, so she's also part of the harem. Yeah.
It's a interesting plot twist.
And then they just stick to the elf game. And then in the Gun Gale game, it's a gun game, and then the government recruits him because a terrorist is literally
Killing people in real life. Yeah.
So they're like, you join this game, and he's like, I can't have the same ID. Everyone will know who I am. So I'll port my character, and it's a girl, and he's like, this is a great disguise.
And then he one-taps people with his lightsaber.
Yeah, he's like, I don't feel like using
Yeah, they're like,
a gun.
yeah.
I watched that battle scene where this guy's shooting at him, he just runs around him and the stabs him. I'm like, this is retarded.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, why does he one-shot people with his lightsaber?
Because apparently
It's Call of Duty, bro.
Because the lightsaber has high damage because you're not supposed to be able to land it because
What kind of what the heck?
But like it was just funny because he meets the main girl of the Gun Gale. She's like this amazing sniper that has like PTSD from shooting someone as a kid. This is why I said you shouldn't watch this part.
Dude, I could write better fan fiction than this.
But yeah, so she's like very good at sniping, and then she joins the tournament.
Wait, yeah, this
to
makes
get
no
money.
sense.
Yeah,
I could write better fan fiction in French.
But like she meets up with him, and she's like, "Look, another girl in this game." He's like,
I too am a fellow female.
He's like, "Yes, I am a fellow female."
Oh yeah,
hair.
they think he's like a girl for like the longest time.
Yeah, it's the same voice actor, but he pretends to be a girl. So it's like he speaks very feminine and everything.
That was funny. But
yeah, it was funny for the
after
first
you get
part.
the novel part of it, it's like, okay, this is kind of dumb now.
Yeah, it was funny, and then the guys start hitting on him, and I'm like, he has a waifu.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then the sniper's like helping him. She's like, you don't have a lot of money, so how about you get this handgun? He's like scrolling through, and he's like, what about this lightsaber? She's like, I mean, they just kind of leave it in there for the weebs. Or something to that effect.
But apparently Kirito now has super even though like he played the other game, so apparently basically he's really good at the other game. He has really high like instincts and like he has like superhuman reaction times.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't it after he gets out into the real world, it turns out he can't use a real sword?
Yeah.
No, that's basically he's weak. No, he can use it.
Yeah.
He's weak.
Because he did kendo for a couple of years, and he was like, I want to play games. And his little sister is like, I'll do kendo. His grandpa was like, okay, you suck. Little sister, you're in. And then he's like, yeah, I always felt bad. My sister does all the sword things, and I'm just playing these sword games.
Oh yeah, he fought his sister, and he dual wields.
Yeah,
and then his sister's like, "What are you doing?" Yeah, but it's just because he has no muscles.
Yeah,
from
he's
lying in bed for like 5 years.
She's like, okay. He's like, oh, let's kendo battle. She's like, bro, you've been in the game for 2 years. You're malnourished. What are you doing?
And he's like, I'm good.
And he's like, because how he dual wields, so he's like, all right, let's go. She's like, what is this idiot doing?
Yeah, that's not Kendo, my dude.
Did the game give you brain damage?
Yeah.
So he's like, let's go. And she just like beats him. He's like, man, the sword is a lot heavier than I thought.
You know what did give me brain damage? Sword Art Online Season 2.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And then it got weird because there was like the waifu meets a bunch of like this group of players, because this is after Gun Gale, they're all playing the elf game. It's just a bunch of players that like have terminal illness, so they're like, okay, we're gonna die anyway. Let's play this game where we can, have walk and stuff without like wanting to die. Yeah,
you're right.
And then the main girl of that has like such a like brain cancer or something, to the point where they transplant the girl's mind into a robot at one point, or into a machine.
Okay.
So she can play Sword Art Online, or like
this is just getting dumber and dumber.
And then Kirito's like, I don't want to play games that much. I want to be a game dev. So he builds a robot for his.
This. What is this?
This is at the end. He builds like a robot for his like his little daughter from Sword Art.
Oh
so
yeah.
She can be in the real world.
Okay.
So she sits. It's like this little like camera thing that sits on his shoulder that's like connected to his phone, and he's like, "Daddy's in the real world." She's like, "Daddy." I'm like, what is wrong with you?
All I'm thinking
is that
is
an AI.
I'm just thinking of that scene from Rick and Morty. It's like where the robot's like, "What is my purpose? You pass butter."
Oh god! Oh my god! Yeah, there's none of that. There's no self-awareness. It's the exact opposite, really.
No self-awareness. You're just all very happy. But anyways,
my favorite episode was a filler like how at the end of the second arc where he fights the guy who like owns the game, and he's like, yeah, I figured out I'm a like hacker with a 4. I'm a hacker. And he's like, he hacks in the game and he gets like the most OP sword. It's called Excalibur. So and he's like, I have the best sword now, and he slashes the dude. Turns up like the pain sensor to 100%.
Wait, that's a filler?
Yeah, no. This is the end of.
Yeah, that's the end.
This leads into the filler. And he's like, at the end of that, he's like, I have all the things. I'm gonna reset so I can regain the thrill of playing this game. And then in a filler, they just get that sword again, just randomly.
Oh yeah,
like,
they do.
It's like the most OP sword in the game.
And then he doesn't.
And he never uses it.
Yeah, that's too heavy for him.
He's like, it's so heavy. Sword Art Online. It was good when it lasted. 14 episodes.
It was good while it was Sword Art Online.
Yeah. It proceeded to be a season and a half of not Sword Art Online.
This reminded me of when I watched Danmachi and I saw the last episode. I'm like, this ending sucks. Anyways, yeah, it's sort of like that, except instead of one episode, it's a whole season.
Well, anyways, let's phase back into the real world here. Not
log off this Sword Art Online conversation.
I can't. The log off button's not there.
It doesn't work.
My anchovies pizza.
I wonder if anyone. Wait, you can't like reach over and take it off in real life, right?
Yeah, because in the thing they were like, there's a kill switch on it. If you force remove it, you just fry your brain. It's like, how did they not check?
Yeah, someone didn't check any of the machines.
Yeah, but that's okay.
No quality check.
We can log back into the real world.
Yeah. So
in the real world, Larry made breakfast.
I did. Made French toast this morning. It was good. I went grocery shopping yesterday when I bought food. I don't know what else I could say. I make French toast. Oh, I burnt my finger just now.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to flip the French toast because I couldn't. Where's the spatula? Do we have a real spatula? Okay. Wait, I think it's in that. Anyways.
We couldn't locate the real spatula.
I couldn't find it, so I just used this wooden thing that I use for the wok usually, but it's not that flat, so it couldn't work really well.
It's good for pushing things, not lifting.
So I was trying to flip it like the fancy way.
Make the Chinese French toast.
I did. I then when I flipped it, and it went 360 degrees and I ended back on the same side. And I also threw oil on myself.
See.
So now I burnt my thumb. On top of the other burns that are almost healed.
Yeah, it was good though.
Yeah, it was toast.
Yeah, toast with eggs.
Yeah.
I'll probably make it again tomorrow for breakfast.
Yeah, you got 89-cent bread. And
Oh,
it
yeah.
was worth it.
I did buy 89 cents. I went to Fry's to go shopping, and the bread section, most of the bread you usually buy is like $2.50 or something. It's not on sale or anything. Like $2.50 or so, and then the other this Fry's bread is like $1.50, but then there's this other bread on sale, 89 cents per bread.
Loaf of bread. Or bunch slice, whatever.
Yeah, per bread
Whatever that
thing.
unit of measurement.
Loaf?
Yes.
Yeah, is it like
there we go.
Is it? Oh yeah, it's
Is
like
it
one whole loaf.
Yeah.
Do you guys speak English?
No, apparently not.
No.
Yeah, so I just bought white bread. I was just looking for white bread, and it was 89 cents. And I was like, all right, 89 cents, $2.50, $1.50. I'm like, I don't really care. Like, I'm pretty sure fried bread and this bread is probably like the same quality. You can get this 89 cent spread. It was not bad. It is definitely lower quality, but it was.
It's a good source of carbohydrates.
Yeah.
Nonetheless.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Carrying Yifan's way of transitioning. Something that's not good in carbohydrates is working 12 hours.
Yeah.
That's how you use your carbs.
Yeah. You don't gain carbs.
Yeah.
So yeah. So this was my first week of 4 days of 12 hours. I lost track of what day.
It's Friday.
Yeah, for like after like the second day, because I go in at 5:30, and then I leave at 5:30, and then I go in on 5:30 on the same day. So it threw me off. I was like, okay, I'm here on Saturday. I leave on Sunday morning, and then I get back on Sunday night. So by like Monday, I was like, what day is it?
It's like that movie that no one watched with Tom Cruise in it about the time traveling.
Oh yeah,
The Day After Tomorrow.
No,
I did watch
Edge
that.
of
Watch out on the
Edge
plane.
of Tomorrow. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
That movie is great because no one watched it, and then when they made the DVDs, they literally it's in small title Edge of Tomorrow, and they just big letters live, die, repeat, and so people legitimately think that's the name of the movie.
Oh.
Everyone who watched it was like, "This is the greatest video game adaptation ever," because it's the closest thing to video games. It isn't bad. Like Tomb Raider and all those, terrible. This takes like video game concept of like, you do something, you die, you repeat.
So it turns out those crappy video game movies that we all think are garbage, people in Japan really like them. Also, people in China really like them.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
people in China love Transformers still.
Yeah,
so
people in China have no taste. Japan, it's sort of
it's coin flip.
it's sort of sad. I'm like, how can people like this garbage?
I mean, they like the Netflix adaptations and stuff.
You know what my favorite one is though is Power Rangers dubbed in Japanese, because that's a Japanese show where the suit footage and the Megazord footage is used in American footage, and then it gets redubbed back into Japanese as if it was an American show the entire time.
Yeah.
Someone was like, why is there they were like browsing Japanese Netflix, they're like, why is there Power Rangers the movie in Japanese? And I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, someone didn't think things through.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. Lost track of time. But other than that, it was pretty good. It was weird though, because everyone was like, you do it, because like, I'm still doing like the basic stuff, so it's not very mentally taxing. It's just like time consuming, which is good because it's like long work day.
Mm-hmm.
But like everyone comes up to me, they're like, how are you doing? I'm like, I'm okay. You didn't give me anything hard, so they're like, how are you doing? I'm like,
It's cool that they check up on
yeah,
you.
it's nice, but at the same time, I'm like, you've checked up on me like 5 times already, guys. Come on.
Gotta make sure.
I'm an adult.
But, you know,
I'm glad they care.
Yeah.
It's sort of funny because I was reading about this Russian rocket failure. Not the recent one where the Russian rocket, a different Russian rocket failure. Anyways, they were like, so the engineers are like, people are morons, and someone's gonna try to install this orientation sensor upside down. So we're gonna engineer a casing around it. So if you put it in upside down, it won't fit. So you have to put it in right side away and just slide right in, and you just screw it in, and it works, right?
Amazing.
And then the rocket failed because the orientation sensor was upside down. And then the reason was because I think like some idiot was like, doesn't fit. Boris, what do? Hammer it in, Sergey. And then it was just hammered in.
I love that Boris and Sergey are your go-to.
Yeah, so you know, the engineers are like, ain't no one gonna be able dumb enough to put this in backwards. It don't fit. And then
Hold my vodka.
I got this. Wait, who hired these people? Engineers.
Roscosmos, I guess.
Building rockets. Yeah.
It's pretty. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else?
But what, you know what else sucks as much as a rocket exploding? Jason at League.
Ooh.
Fire. But yeah, shots fired. But yeah.
It's okay. You're the only one here who plays
Yeah,
League now.
I'm the one who still plays League, and I'm just getting games where either like we win not because we're good, but the enemy is just so bad that like you can't lose, or we get games where so Ezreal got a small update where his W is kind of like Tristana E now. So like,
yeah,
he'll throw a skill shot at you if it hits you, and he hits you with another ability. It just does more damage. And so like people are playing him more, and bad people are playing him.
So his W's not completely useless anymore.
Yeah, but like it'll be so they'll try to fight, and like they'll E in to do damage and then die, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Dude, you gotta press
Yeah.
E for damage.
I played a game where I was playing with Timmy, and the enemy had Twisted Fate, who can port around the map. So he'll jump to Ezreal's location. Ezreal will see him, and then will E into him, or we'll wait until TF lands and then E's after he gets hit with a gold card. So, and the gold card kills him because it was just that bad.
You know, this reminds me of when I was getting flamed by a Twitch streamer. So when I used to play League, there was this time where I was playing Crit Ezreal.
I see.
And then, so the thing about Ezreal is like, not a lot of people played him back then. So I was playing like, so I was beating Twitch, and Twitch is really bad in lane. So I had a gold lead from bullying him, and then he reached like level 11. He's like, I got my own, I'm gonna kill this guy. And I just walk up into his minion wave, and I just right click and I crit him to death because I had such a massive gold lead. And then my friend was watching this guy's Twitch stream at the same time. He's like, dude, this guy's playing me. He says, you know how to play Ezreal? And I'm like, I don't, but I'm winning.
Yeah, that's me. I played against I don't know if I've showed videos of him, but it was like Bricky Orchid or something, and I was playing like AP Gragas top into his Irelia or something, and I just kept killing him, and I saw, and like I was like, his name looks familiar. I'm like, oh, I know this guy. He's a YouTuber. He has like 500,000 subscribers or something. And then like I beat him, and then I'm like, I look him up, see if and I check his match history, and it's like 1 loss. And then there was like no more games played for that day. So I look for a stream, and I just see him like, we fight, and he's like, I'm gonna win this. And then I just kill him because I have high EP ratios. He's like, what? He's like freaking out. I'm like, yeah, because he was complaining. He was like, I've always been diamond. And then like when the placements, he got placed in like gold 1. He was like, I'm not a gold player. And then I kill him, and I'm like, yes, I beat a streamer. And then
It's good.
my favorite. What you have any good getting flame stories playing League? People just like,
I mean, I had a game where
your most memorable.
I'm pretty sure I played a game where 4 people on my team got banned afterwards.
I see. I realized that it doesn't matter if like I play well or I play bad. I know that I'm just bad if I think I play well. Okay, sometimes like my mechanics are like beautiful, like get those outplays. But like no matter how well I play, I get flamed. No matter what. That's just League Legends.
Do you have any like
But
standout ones?
It was this, I think that there's one I just remember. I don't remember who I was playing, but I probably played mid. And then there was a Sinjao. He's my jungler, and I think like he jumped in and killed himself, and then he flamed me for not helping him die. or for not helping, or for
Either way.
for not jumping in and helping me die. Right? He's like tower dive level 3 or something, and he kills himself, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. He's like, dude, come on, just come in. And then he's like, all right, do it. Does it again. He's like, and then like we both die because he's dumb. And then he's like, dude, why didn't you play? But I'm like, what are you doing? And then I don't know why he ganks me again, because he already hates me. And then he dies again because, or like the other guy like runs away or something. And he starts flaming again. I'm like, dude, you need to calm down. And then like, the rest of the game, he's just like, this mid laner sucks. Like, this mid laner doesn't know how to play a game. Like, I'm like, I have 7 kills or something. I'm like, I'm like 7 and 2. You're like 1 and 6.
I have 2. So
and then eventually I'm just like, Jesus loves you. It's okay. and then
you should have reported him and like, he needs Jesus.
I think that's like
help.
that's like something I said, because like I feel like he, like, as a person, like, needs to calm down and play this game.
To find Jesus.
Like, for I think like it's really interesting, like, if like video games, because you find a lot of people who are not mentally well or not completely mentally healthy. Like, even though they think they are, like, in society, like, they can feel like they are, but like in games, like, they start flaming and stuff. Not because like they're actually angry, but because that's how they feel like they fit in. And people like actually get legitimately angry. And it's kind of dumb. But a lot of that comes from like inner problems.
It's like they use video games as escapism, so then when they start flaming, you're like, oh God, you actually have a mental problem.
Yeah, a lot of people actually have a problem.
You think most people are good people, and then when you play League for 4 years, you realize the opposite is true.
One of my favorites is like back in season 2. This is a long time ago. So this is like League is a smaller game, and I'm playing with a friend, and I'm playing mid, and I'm smashing someone, and the guy starts flaming me for being a tryhard, and then he starts bragging about how he's 17, he has a job, and he built a $4,000 computer. And I just type in all chat, so you're losing to me in this free-to-play game with your $4,000 computer.
I feel like people need flaming is kind of dumb.
And then the second one I've told about recently, but it's this guy called D2 Godly Save. I want to see his progress because he doesn't make any, and he's over 2,000 games of ranked just this season. So in the past, like 10 months, he's played 2,000 games in ranked, and like he's played flex and normal, so he's played more than 2,000. And I was playing on my Smurf with Timmy, and I was like just smashing everyone on there. So I have like super high MMR, because I was like gold 3 MMR, and Timmy was like silver 4 MMR. So I was like, I'm gonna get you to gold, dude. Don't worry, we'll fix it. And on the way, I had carried 2 games before, and I was like, I'm just gonna pick Rise. I'm gonna take it slow. I'm gonna farm. And then like he picks Kindred Jungle, and he ends the game like 2-9. But in the middle, he's like, you need to learn how to play this matchup better. And I check his history, and he's like gold 5, and then like a week later he drops down to silver 1, and now he's at like gold 5, like 500 games later.
My favorite was when some guy on my team was like 0-12, and I'm like, you need to stop like fighting because you're just gonna die. And he's like, I'm a biomechanical engineer major. You have no right to talk to me. And I'm like,
I think I was in this game.
I feel like
I remember this.
The most fun people to play with are drunk people, or people who are high, because they don't care, and it's hilarious. Like they're beating.
Yeah, they're just like, oh man, I'm sorry guys. I'm like 4 beers in. I don't even know how to use my left hand anymore.
Yeah, like most people when they're high or like when they're drunk,
they're just like so relaxed.
It's really funny. Like, and then like you don't really care because you know they're drunk, so like they have like it's not like a good reason.
Yeah,
they have a reason they're cheating.
It's not like they're just so bad that there's something individually wrong.
And like they know they're bad, so like you're fine with it.
Yeah,
or you're like more okay with it. But like there's like sometimes like few drunk people you play with who are like angry, but like you don't get those often. You just get like people who are funny.
Yeah.
So
speaking of angry like outside of society, I started reading the Halo books.
Are they good?
They're pretty good. So it's like
I've seen them.
So I think I don't know. I honestly don't know if the books or the games came out first, but they came out like similar times. So like the original ones. So I don't know if you guys played Halo.
Yeah.
I played,
You know,
I played
like
Halo,
the general story, like the Master
Yeah.
Chief. He's
Yeah.
like the main guy. So it turns out he's this part of this like government or like the military decided to kidnap like 100 kids that were like 6 years old, and they were like, you have the greatest mental, physical like attributes out of anyone of your generation. And so like I think Halo is just a very like a good like or like a good metaphor for like what happens when like that like expansion and everything, where it's like you get like you as society you get too far, because the game like the story behind the game is that like the main human society has like a rebellion they're fighting against, so there's like this civil war, and then like as the war goes on, like these aliens come in and they're just like crazy religious people. They're like, these Halo rings, they wipe us out. Some guy said that Jesus, or not not literally, but they're like, alien Jesus said if we wipe each other out, we go to the promised land. So that's
Okay, I don't remember this part of the story.
It's basically if we kill ourselves
Yeah.
and everyone else,
Yeah.
we go to heaven.
yeah, it's like we cleanse the universe basically. So, but like the original things is just like, there's this infection, we can't get rid of it, so we're just gonna copy everyone's DNA and I'm gonna wipe out everyone, and then when that happens, we're gonna repopulate the universe.
Wait, is that the Covenant or the Flood?
No, that's the Forerunner. So that's like
Oh.
the precursor to like humans and everything.
Yeah, now I think about it, I don't know anything about Halo.
But yeah, so like the main character of the games is Master Chief. He's this super soldier called
He's one of the kidnapped
yeah,
kids.
Yeah, he's one of the kidnapped kids. So it starts with this.
Oh.
It's called The Fall of Reach. I think this is the first book, and it's like the story. So they're called the Spartans.
I played Halo Reach.
Reach was not a bad.
Yeah.
Everyone
I
was
like-
on it.
So it's because
Yeah, Reach was fun.
the game has nothing to do with the book. So it's because the book is all about like all the Spartans growing
Yeah.
up, and then like after you see them all grow up, because they train on Reach and everything, and
Yeah.
then it's like they get to Reach again, and they're like, this planet literally got nuked. There's nothing left.
Yeah.
But in the game, it was like a different story. But like it starts off with like the kids, like they all get trained to be like like all muscled up, everything, and they start getting like drugs and stuff. So they get like steroided out and everything, physiologically changed, and like as it goes on, like they start dwindling down because like people just can't handle it, or like they literally just die because they get like all these biometric augmentations to be faster, stronger.
Mhm.
So it like keeps
they become
dwindling.
Captain
Yeah,
America.
pretty much. But like they like
It's more
Yeah.
like Red Skull than Captain
Yeah.
America.
Oh yeah.
and like the suits that they wear in the game is like half a ton.
Yeah.
So they're just supposed to be able to like maneuver around that. So that's like how much like how augmented they are. And like in the next one where it's like before Reach gets destroyed, like you follow like one of this like this group of Spartans. So they send like 20 down to the planet to protect it. And like it's just so depressing because you think about it, like you started out with 100. These were supposed to be like the saviors of like humanity, and like 40 of them die before they get the suits, or like they just can't fight, and then you're down to 60, and then like they were flying on like the ship, the Pelican, down to the planet, and the Covenant were shooting them down, so like, and they didn't have parachutes or anything, so they just dropped down at like Mach 2.
They're
So
fine.
half them died.
And like 4 of them died, and you're like, wait, you spent 20 years training these guys, and they died because they fell.
Hey, dude, you know, when I was reading the plot for ODST, I was like, this is stupid. So the plot for ODST is you just put random soldiers in suits and like, hey, jump out of the spaceship. And it's like, yeah, half of you are going to die upon landing. Don't worry about that.
Orbital drop shock troopers. They're supposed to be like between Spartans and
Yeah.
but like, and then so far in the book, I'm reading the next. I think it's the next one. It's like it's like First Contact or First Strike, where like they're fighting the Covenant on Reach, which is like the aliens, and it's like very depressing because it's like they get to it because there's like these magnetically accelerated cannon points that like that's the only thing that can do damage to like the Covenant ships in space.
Yeah.
So they're like, we got to protect this at all costs, and they get there and they're like, there's thousands of grunts that are dead, and they're like 3 Marines left, and they're like, what troop are you from? He's like, where's your company? He's like, the one of the 3 guys like, this is it. It's just
I think that it like depicts war
Yeah.
in a like in a different way, but
Yeah.
in a not inaccurate way.
Yeah,
Wait,
not
so-
accurate.
In Reach, you don't play as a Spartan, right?
Well, you
In
so
the game?
so in the game, it's like it's kind of like a different story. So it's you play as Spartan 3s, which are like ghetto Spartans.
Oh, okay.
So basically,
Oh.
like the premise is that the Spartan 2s take 20 years to develop. So they're like, we're basically just gonna get adults, drug them up, and then give them cheaper suits so we can get more Spartans. So they're like super soldiers, but they're not like
Okay. Yeah.
they can't just get like
So
gunned
they're,
down and
they're
then
just
like, swap
discount Captain America.
them. Pretty much,
That's-
yeah.
I think the end mission for Reach is
Oh, yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like sad, but
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so Reach, I don't know, I think Reach isn't canon because like a lot of those, I don't remember if those Spartans are like in the book universe.
Yeah.
But yeah, Reach was.
Wait, I thought the games were canon. And the
So
books are
one,
addition.
so 1, 2, and 3
I don't know.
canon, ODST is canon, and like all the. I don't know if Reach is though because Reach was
I
just
forgot
like
ODST was a game.
yeah.
Everyone forgets ODST was a game.
It was
I
actually.
used to like it a lot.
I think ODST was the most fun because it was like the hardest.
Because you're not a super
Yeah,
soldier.
you're not a super soldier. You're just a dude.
Yeah,
You're-
ODST was
So you can't just run and gun. You're just like, oh god, this guy's gonna kill me. I have to leave.
at the beginning, because like in like Combat Evolved, you're like
Yeah.
running around. The Arbiter shows up, and you're like, "I got a plasma sword. You better run." and
Yeah.
then in ODS, you're like, "This grunt's shooting at me."
Yeah, in like the first couple games, you're like you play co-op and you're like, okay, you get in the war, you drive, I'm gonna gun on the Warthog. You get shot like 100 times, you're like, whatever, my shields regenerate. And then in ODST, you're like, oh god, I tripped, I'm gonna die. But yeah, Halo is a very interesting series because at first the same, I was like, I just played the games and I mostly played the multiplayer, so I didn't really think of the story. But it's
Oh.
like, it was like. It's at like 500 years in the future, so it's like humanity keeps expanding, like colonizing these new worlds.
Yeah.
And it's like it starts off with this insurrection where like these people try to rebel against the main government,
Mhm.
and after that fighting, that's when the covenant come. But it's like I didn't notice it either at the beginning, but it's like all these leaders are called prophets.
Oh.
So it's like prophet of truth, reconciliation, all these things, and they're just like, you know what? Space Jesus is right. not anything to do with real. I'm just saying, like, just as
Yeah.
a frame of reference, they're just like some guy was just told us if you turn on these rings, they'll wipe out the universe, and it'll send you to heaven. And then the humans are like, but we want to live.
So they were.
That's why they're called the Covenant because they're fighting a holy war.
Oh.
And then the flood comes out.
Yeah,
And just basically
and then
like
the
zombies.
flood is just it's literally just
Time to
infection. Yeah.
replay all of the games.
Yeah.
Flood
and
flood
figure
doesn't
what's
come
going
until way later, right?
So in the story, in like the Halo story, it's like you have like this civil war that's going on for like 50 years, and then the Covenant come, and then a couple years later the flood just like come back again. I don't remember exactly how they come back, but like they just come back, and like no one knows what's going on.
Did the Foreigners kill themselves to get rid of the
Yeah,
flood?
the Forerunners killed themselves. That's why there's like all, and they left the Halo rings behind just in case. But like, yeah, so 4 and 5 deal with like Forerunner stuff. So there's like remaining like god tier status people from the Forerunners, but that's it. So yeah.
Why?
So I'm thinking about getting, because I have an Xbox One, so I'm thinking about getting a Master Chief Collection and playing through it and just like
Dude,
recording it for
I'm coming to
YouTube.
play. I
So
wanna play.
You know, when you said
We'll figure
Halo
that out.
books, I was thinking of
Yeah.
Red versus Blue.
So the funny thing is, Red versus the voice actors for Red versus Blue is in Halo 3.
Yeah.
So on the I think it's the second level. So the second level, you're in the base, and if you go out to the exactly opposite of where you're supposed to go in the story, there's a door, and it's like depending on the difficulty, it's which character, and it's like one guy's locked out and the other guy doesn't know how to get them in. So it's like on Legendary, it's like Caboose is like, I don't remember the password, and they're like, do you know the password? Is it password?
Why?
So it's got all those stuff, and then like there's like in the later games there's Red versus Blue Easter eggs, but yeah, it's fun. Halo is a very interesting universe.
Yeah, I think it's like a lot of game universes. Like it goes a lot, especially shooters. I feel like or sci-fi shooters. It goes a lot
Yeah.
deeper than
Sci-fi shooters, not Call of Duty.
Call of Duty has.
Dude,
Battlefield's good.
Call of Duty World War II, where you have kids with marijuana caps and bright pink rainbow guns shooting each other while dabbing on the haters.
You're right.
Realistic.
That's why you have to sci-fi shooter.
I think Black Ops 4 just came out like today or
It's
yesterday.
coming
or
out
something.
soon.
Or yeah.
Soon or out. But yeah.
That reminds me a lot of there's a lot of similarities between Halo universe and Mass Effect.
Yeah, it's like Halo, Mass Effect, all these like it's like the opposite of Rick and Morty, where it's like Rick and Morty's just like, yeah, the universe is scary. Halo's like, dude, check out how cool the universe is, and then it's like, it is an optimistic story because like in the end like
There's like hope.
yeah, because like a couple of the Halo rings go off, but they don't wipe out the whole universe. They just wipe out like in that area. But like at the end, the humans and the Covenant end up coming to an agreement because like the one of the elite you play as called the Arbiter is like, wait, this whole Holy War thing is it's not gonna end well. We're just all gonna die. And so like he works with the humans to get the Covenant and the humans to like work together. So yeah,
Interesting.
And then a Mass Effect, well, depending on which ending you get.
yeah,
Yeah. And then I guess we can keep talking about new games.
yeah.
So Maple Story 2 just came out a few days ago. I played
The US version.
Yeah, the US version.
Or not the Western version.
Yeah, the Western version. It's been released overseas for a while.
How is it?
It's all right. I think it's just all right. I feel like if they added more of the nostalgic moments, it would be so good. Like the music is definitely like nostalgic. They like remixed it a little bit and like whatever. It's kind of dumb. And like the maps are like kind of similar, but except everything's like Minecraft now.
But did they add what made combat arms so great? Pay to win?
Less. There's less.
Nice.
Like you can't. I know that you can't trade with others, or you can't trade like certain items with others. Of course, you can just buy them off the black market. Like there's a black market in the game, not like the actual black market.
Man, when I used to play TF2 and there was an actual hat market with
Yeah. But there's I never like explored the pay to win elements because
you don't want to pay.
I don't want to pay. But I mean, I got pretty far so far without paying any money. I don't think I've ever gave any money next time. But
Good.
but I think it's all right. Like I feel like need more nostalgia. Like the monsters a lot of the monsters are like different levels or whatever. Like I'm like, okay, I am level 20. Why can't I kill this blue snail? Oh, because this blue snail is 10 levels ahead of me. I'm like, what the heck? Like I remember when I started playing with Story 1, and like I picked the mage character because I wanted that to be my class, or it was just a venture at that time, right? And then you classed afterwards. But I'm like, I want to be a mage, so I put all my points of intelligence, everything. But the problem is, you can't become a mage until you become level 10. And then, so I'm literally couldn't do anything. I have no spells or anything. So I'm literally hitting snails with a wand, and it does no damage. Yeah, it's like, and then like you try not to die. And I kind of wanted that back, like, but it's not there. I'm like so broken. Like you get skills like at the beginning, and then you murder everything. And I've been murdering things, and I'm level 50.
Yeah, it was like I was watching you play Path of Exile. You're just instant transmissioning to people and just one-shotting them.
Yeah, but that's different. That's like that's supposed to be the game, and then you get to like kill mobs, and then you get to the boss fight, and like it actually takes skill or whatever.
But then like for Maple Story 2, it looks pretty similar, except instead of instant transmissioning, you just stand there and they walk towards you.
Oh wait, now I think about it, I've used almost the exact same skill. I played priest. No, I my one damage move is I do this, and then there's like a ring that circles around me and it hits things.
Nice. Yeah.
But I do no damage based on a priest.
Hopefully they make it better, because I remember RuneScape. I played the original, and then I played League, and I stopped playing RuneScape, and I'm like, I'm gonna play this again. And then they reworked the combat system to be more like League, where your attacks are keybound instead of just clicking on someone.
Why?
And I'm like,
just play old school.
Yeah, but this is before they released old school.
Oh.
So this is like right when they updated it, and they were like, you can't. They were like, you have to go through this tutorial, and I'm like, I'm never playing this game again.
Yeah.
So hopefully they update it so
I
you
just-
don't get that.
I just play old school, but yeah, I just wish it was better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the adventure, and then you get to pick class after you get a few levels and stuff. And man, there's not that many nostalgia moments. Like the maps are like they don't even look that similar. Like yes, like Perion is really tall, Lenia is really tall, Hennessy's is like kind of similar, but it's just too different. Like you don't have so many other stuff that was really nice to Maple Story 1, and it's not similar enough to like give you the nostalgia feeling. It's just like this is a completely different game, and it's like an average game. It's not even like a wonderful game. So yeah, just wish it was better.
Speaking of games that are better, Smash.
Yes. So Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is coming out soon,
Yeah.
and
Are you gonna get a Switch for that?
I really want to buy a Switch. Yifan, let's get a Switch.
But it costs so much money.
It's $300.
Yeah, but you have to pay for games also.
Yeah, but you just buy Smash.
I only need one
You
game.
get one game.
But I want to buy like
Actually,
Oh,
I
you
kind
wanna
of
get
want
a
other
bunch of
games
games?
too. Yeah.
You want to get to the like.
Actually,
Odyssey,
I actually want to play like Odyssey, Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
I gotta play
Labo.
Dude,
no, I'm not getting Labo.
I want to get
That's not a
Mario
game.
Party.
That's literally
Labo's not a
cardboard.
game.
We could get
All,
Mario
all
Party
I know
or
is
like
that
Mario Kart.
All I know is that Funhouse when they played it, they only played it live stream smoking weed.
But anyways, yeah, I think we might get a Switch for that. But I play Melee, or I don't play. I haven't played in a while, but I was watching a Big House 8, which is it's a Smash tournament. It was just really quality. Mango and Leffen, they're I like the name, the professional names of like Smash players a lot better than League. You have Mango, you have Leffen, Armada, but you had like the very classic like Fox versus Falco fight. It was like so many reads, just such a quality gameplay. And the last game, the grand finals, Hungry Box versus Plup. And you have this buff player that everyone hates. I don't know. I kind of
It's because Jigglypuff as a character sucks, but he somehow figured out how to make him good.
He's so good.
And it's like he's so good that like you just don't know how to play against it because no one else is good at Puff, so you can't practice that matchup.
And he doesn't like it. He doesn't like playing. Hungry Box doesn't like playing friendlies, but I think I'm a fan. I like how he plays, or I like most of how he plays. Sometimes he's a little bit too campy, but like I think he's actually like super good. And then Plup, who's like he's like an up and coming god. He's like a new god, and he's so good at video games.
Yeah, so in Smash there's like God status, which is like top. It was before it was like top five in the world. So it's like if you had like typically to be recognized as like a really good player, you had to be able to beat one of the gods, or like you beat one and then like you had to beat more, so it would be a fluke.
Yeah, but I mean like
they're
you
getting
don't.
old, so
And some of them are quitting, and they don't care as much anymore.
yeah.
It's still like a really cool game, like with a lot of technical skill. It's really fun to play, and man, just watching like that tournament makes me want to play more again. But you need people to play with.
Yeah.
I don't know how to play any fighting games, so
Fighting games are so hard.
You don't want to play Skullgirl?
I don't know what that is.
It's like one
I
of
don't know what
those
that
like
is.
Steam fighting games that like have people who like pro fighter games that play multiple games like or what is this? Is the Sonic Fox or whatever, the furry?
I kind of want to learn a
Well, there's
Street Fighter or
do
Tekken.
you know who like Echo Fox Sonic Fox is?
No.
He's a
Delta Fox.
no. So he's a fighting games player for Echo Fox, and he's like, I literally, if I were ever a pro and I lost to him, I would want to quit playing because he's a furry, and he comes in, he has like this wolf costume.
No,
He wears the costume, and then if he wins, he pulls the hoodie over and starts dancing to you. Like,
no,
Dude,
that's
that's
toxic.
alpha, dude. That's
no,
so alpha.
But I'm saying like
That's
I
just
would quit
toxic.
because if I were to lose, I would have to go home and tell my parents like, yeah, I lost that tournament. Like, how'd you lose? And I had to show them the VOD of me having this furry dance in front of me because he won.
But does he like Fortnite dance also? That'd be
I
even
don't.
better.
I think he does.
Like, he starts dabbing and then he's like starts Fortnite dancing.
He's just like dancing, and it's like it's just this guy in a furry suit with an Echo Fox jersey, and I'm like, but why?
Yeah, but
He's not like top 5 in like Injustice, all these other fighting games. But yeah, it's just funny. I like him as a player technically, but like, just if I were ever to play against him and lose, I just wouldn't want someone to be a furry and just be like, hood on.
what an interesting person. But anyways, we've been going on for a long time, so let's
This was
put a close to this.
Number 13.
Yeah, and thanks for listening, watching, whatever you've been doing.
Yeah. Any words, Yifan?
Nope.
All right, see ya.